Alright, hi guys, and welcome to what will be my second, LP since coming back to the channel. There's going to be a video here that's going to play in the background while I talk about some things here. This is Legend of Mana. This is a SquareSoft RPG, action RPG for the PS1. It came out in Japan in '99, I think in July the 16th. I checked these dates on Wikipedia, and then there were some sound issues, so I had to re-record the episode, and my Wikipedia tab isn't open. And then we got it localized here in 2000. I want to say it was June 6th. The exact dates might be wrong, but Japanese got it in July '99. Was localized here for June 2000. So it's well over a decade old. That's like 16 years now. Man, I feel old just thinking about that. This is a game I absolutely love. There were some issues in the Makai Kingdom LP where there was dead air because I didn't know what to say. I didn't have anything to talk about because I was going in kind of blind. And I loved the Makai Kingdom LP. That was a great game. I like this game more. Way more. And I've played through it tons of times. Like at least 6 times. Trying to go for a perfect save. I never quite get the perfect save, but do like basically everything every time. And then I've played through it tons of times just screwing around and trying stuff out. So I feel like I won't have the issue where I don't know what the hell to talk about for anything. Also, there's so many systems, like really intricate systems in this game. Your daily dose. That I wanna go into, because a lot of them I don't really know everything about. I don't know very much at all about how the crafting system works. I don't know a whole lot about how golem making works, or how the instruments and music and spells work. I roughly know how map works with quests and stuff, and I'll get into all this stuff later when it shows up, but there's just so much to this game, and I really love all of it. It's a really awesome game with a lot of depth to it, and it's a lot of fun to just play through. It's got a nice, whimsical, like, fairy tale-ish fantasy story that I really enjoy. And I mean, I'm not a huge fan of action RPGs. I mean, I really like Dark Souls. I really like, I kind of like Kingdom Hearts 1. But honestly, this is by far my favorite action RPG. Oh, actually, I think I like Dark Souls a little more than this, but... And you see the cast of characters there, which probably just looks like a huge splotch of color if you don't know how to recognize them and pick them all apart, but here we go, Legend of Mana. Let's, oh geez, I hope my memory cards are set up for this emulator. It's probably something I should have considered before I started for like the 3rd time. But here we go. I need to click into the emulator to start getting my controller working. Our first choice, and there's going to be a couple of choices we're going to have to make to start the game here. We can have a male character or a female character. And you'll see the male character kind of looks pretty effeminate. In his sprite, it looks like he's wearing parachute pants. In his model at the back, he looks like he's in a skirt. Almost looks like he has breasts. He's got that weird feather thing, which is moved on his sprite to the front of his hat. And then we got the female who looks honestly kind of interesting. It's nice design. She's got those weird, barrel boot cover legging things. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go for the male just so that nobody in the comments can say anything. And here's our choice of weapons. I think there's 11 weapons: knife, sword, axe, two-handed sword, two-handed axe, hammer, spear, staff, glove, flail, bow. And this is a pretty important choice, but at the same time completely irrelevant. Kind of like your class in Dark Souls. The weapon you're equipped with when you level up determines the stat growth you get. So if you level up with sword, you're going to have more attack, or... I don't have the charts on me, and again, this is another one of those systems I don't know in and out, but I know enough about to make a fairly informed choice. I know that as far as all the guides and, perfect playthrough things, you want to go with a sword for basically all of it. And if you go with a sword all the way to 99, you have a pretty good stat. Your stats are pretty well rounded. I think to get near perfect stats, you use sword up until like 80 something, like 80, early 80s, like 83. Again, I had this information open in another window and then just forgot to grab it again. And then you go staff till mid-90, like 95, 96, and then you finish off with hammer. And you have near perfect stats that way. They're not perfect, not completely maxed, but it's something. I've played through this game, again, like I said, at least a half a dozen times going for, like, near perfect saves. I've done sword, I've done two-handed sword, I've done two-handed axe, I think I've done spear, I'm pretty sure I've done glove, and I think I might have done bow, but I might have abandoned it early on. And again, if you're gonna go, like, the ideal route, you would pick one-handed sword, but I've thought about this a lot. I think I'm gonna go with glove. The other thing this influences is each weapon has its own skill set, and while the skills don't change a whole lot of things, they all do have their, like, different range variances, and I don't know, I think there's any, like, status effects or anything that many of them do, but I could be wrong. So, like, glove, you're going to be really close range. Spear, you're going to be a little longer. Bow, you're going to be probably the longest of ranges, whereas, like, sword, two-handed axe, hammer, stuff like this, you're going to be around the middle. You're going to have some distance from the enemy. And then the skills are all going to vary. Like, I imagine knife skills and glove skills, I don't remember perfectly, but I'm pretty sure they're all fairly close range, whereas stuff like bow and spear, the skills are farther ranged. I'm thinking I'm going to roll with glove. I went to the Makai Kingdom LP using a pumpkin because I wanted to, because I thought they were cool, and honestly, I like glove as an idea of, like, my weapon. Let's see, last time I tried to record the first episode here, I screwed up this naming system and forgot the last A in my username, and instead was the character from Solo Mad Gig. There we go, I did it. I didn't completely screw it up here. So this is the next thing. This is our world map. And you'll see it wants me to select a play area. So while it would have you believe that the entire map is the world map in Legend of Mana, it's not. You actually choose your world map, albeit from a slightly neutered choice. And you'll see it goes dark here, and that's because you have to choose where different areas go in this game, and I'll get into that in a minute. But basically I have to choose how much and what shape of land I want. Basically I have to choose how much water and where it is. And you'll see that if I choose too much water and not enough land, it's going to lock me out of it here. Or if I choose, I think if I choose not enough water, I'm trying to see if there's an area I can get where it's just all land so that it gets mad at me, but it looks like it's only going to get mad at me for having too much water. I think around here is where you can get the least amount of land, but I mean, there's a couple different ways to do this, and they all have weird little names, like around the tree, or around the tree and back again, or I'm trying to remember the other names for some of the, like, styles of how to do this. But I think, if I remember correctly, this is where I want to be here. That's our ideal spot. We get 2 water, which doesn't seem like enough to me. Let me tab over real quick and check what I've got. Yeah, that's what I want here. This is the one I'm going for. Because again, there's a bunch of different ways to play the game, a bunch of different paths you can take. This is the one I'm going for. So we'll see here. Here's our map. We have, what, a 3/4 view. And it tells us to place the mailbox on the map with X. And we can place it only on brightly colored areas. Basically, this means the mailbox is not a water icon. We can't place it here. And where I'm going to put it, if I remember correctly, is right here. And this is going to be, and you'll see it does overextend over, and we can see part of the map that we didn't select and we won't be able to place there. But this is going to be our home. We are going to come back here all the goddamn time. And its placement is actually pretty important on the map, because placement on the map, you know what, maybe I'll save this for a little later, for when I have to place the next one. But here's our opening cutscene. There's also no audio, like no voiceover in this game, so I'm probably going to try and read through it. I might try and do some funny voices, we'll see. Probably depend on how I'm feeling when I'm recording the episode. Right now I'm pretty excited. I really like this game. I'm glad I get to play through it one more time. Even if it is like the 7th or 8th time I'm playing through this goddamn game. Oh, there's some music. I want to turn that up so I can get confidently matched by Square. Sounds like I'm getting some audio skipping there. So, out of embarrassment, I'm going to turn this back down and just let you see the cutscene while I continue talking. The music in this game is really good. It was done by Yoko Shimomura, which I'm pretty sure the thing she's really famous for is the Super Mario RPG soundtrack. I feel like she did something else. I want to credit her with Kingdom Hearts, but I'm not sure that that's correct. And again, my Wikipedia articles are all gone. But this tree that we're seeing here is the Mana tree, which I don't remember if I talked about this when I was recording earlier. This is part of the Mana series. The Mana series. Japanese, I think it's the Seiken Densetsu series, and you see all the pieces of the land are being lifted away in here. I haven't played a whole lot of Now They're Turning into Artifacts, which this is a very important part of the plot, and I'm skipping over so I can talk about it later, so don't yell at me yet. But, I never really played much of the Seiken Densetsu series. I think I tried like 2 or something on the Super Nintendo one time with my brother, but we didn't really get into it that much. Nearly as much as I love this game. But, where's I going with that? Yes, there's like a whole plot that I think extends across the series. But basically, the Mana Tree is some important shit that I don't know enough about to talk about, but the lore in this game will come to light and sort of explain itself. But right now we see our home, which turned into a mailbox, whisking through the air until it finally, I think, will settle somewhere and turn back into our home like we just did before the cutscene played. And I almost want to say this is the first time I've seen this cutscene, but I don't think that's the case. I'm sure I've seen it before, I just don't remember. Like I don't remember anything. Man, I'm so, like, excited to play through this game. Alright. I think this cutscene's almost over. Any minute now. Come on. I was saying something before and it's totally skipped my mind now. Right. I was talking about land placement on the world map. I will get to that in just a moment. I do have something to show off first. This is our loading screen. Get used to seeing this rabbit a bunch. Here's our story. There's a mana tree. Mana tree. That's a weird thing that I should address. When I talk about mana in, say, Makai Kingdom, I pronounce it mana. When I read it in here, for some reason I'm inclined to read it mana. 9th century ago, the Mana tree burned to ashes. The power of mana lived inside mana stones, enchanted instruments, and artifacts. Sages fought with each other for control of these last remnants of mana. Sorry, I read that a little fast. I was worried it would disappear. Apparently I have to hit the A button. But yeah, I'll cover that another time. Then, after hundreds of years of war, as the power of mana began to wane, those who sought it grew scarce, and the world returned to peace. So mana was basically this magic power everybody wanted, and turned basically everybody evil. After that, mankind grew afraid to desire, their hearts filled with empty emotions, and grew estranged from my hands. So this is the Mana tree talking. They turned their eyes away from my infinite power, and were troubled by their petty disputes. Remember me. Need me. I can provide you with everything. Mana tree's a little full of itself. I am love. Find me and walk beside me. Alright, so basically our plot for the game is we have to find the Mana tree. And get mana back in the world. Because it's left, and that's an important part of this settings world. And as it slowly fades out, we get our loading screen again, and we're back at home. Alright. So I haven't commissioned the thumbnail for this series yet. But I have a feeling this guy is going to be on it because he is an important little motherfucker. Alright. Good to know. I feel like he's not normally there. He's normally here, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he is there. We can go to our bed here, talk to it, and save. I'm going to save. What other game is here? Breath of Fire 2, 3, Spyro the Dragon, Medieval. I don't even remember having saves for Medieval and Spyro the Dragon. Let alone Breath of Fire 3. I haven't played that in like so many years. Okay, no memory card. Alright, there is an important part to the memory card. I'll probably address it in another episode when it's there and I can actually address it. But... boom, we've saved. So now we have a save. Oh, I meant to show all that off there. So I'm just going to go back in here real quick. You can see your face in the bottom left there, your time, your name, and where you are, where you saved. Because there are other places to save besides your bed. And you can hear my footsteps. That's really annoying. Is there options here? Config. Let's mess with this right away. Sound. Doesn't look like I can affect anything. That's kind of lame. Alright. I'll explore the menu later. This is also super important, but again, I'll come back to that. Here's our house. There's a chest here. We want to open that and get our lucre, which is our currency for this game. We can go back here, but there's nothing here. And we can go in this door. This is our library, which on the first playthrough is not that important. A little bit more important for later playthroughs, I think. We can check our list of characters we've encountered. We just started the game, so we've got none. You can check the lands we placed. We just started, so we only have the home. But it's home sweet home. Our home is comfortably located near a great tree, surrounded by natures. Many visitors come and go. And it was made with the mailbox. It asked us to look over in the artifacts book here and look at the mailbox. A few letters a month can mean a lot to a lonely, far-off home. And that made our home. So, I don't know if I'll come back and show off every one of those. I might do it near the end and show them all off, but... we can also see monsters, which, again, we have not encountered any yet, so there's none in our book. And we can see our techniques, which is, this is what I was talking about. These are our skills. Jump, defend, lunge, retreat, crouch, push, cheer, spin. And there's a bunch we haven't learned. And then there's a ton for all the different weapons. And I'll get into that later again. Oh, jeez, I feel like I'm saying that much, because there's so much to talk about for this game. Right now, let's leave the house. Come out here. I'll do a quick guide of the home even though there's nothing here. This is our backyard orchard. Empty right now. Won't be later. Run up here. We can go to the back here. In our backyard we have the workshops, which right now we can go in here and there are none here. But there are 3 that we will get later. One that goes here, one that goes up there, one that goes up there. And those won't be for a while yet, and oh geez, I don't even know if I'll do anything with them, because those are some intricate systems. I keep using the word systems, I can't think of a better one. This is our monster ground. This is, again, be something I'll address a lot more later, but I'm just showing it off right now while it's empty, because a lot of this changes what it looks like when it's not empty. We have a little barn. That's right, you can raise pets in this game, and it is sweet. Kind of. I never really do a whole lot of it. And then there's this little guy. These are, I want to say saplings? Sproutlings. They're sproutlings. This one's telling us that we can shape the world with our imagination, asks if we know that. I forget what the right answer is. I'm going to say we did. Here we go. They give us the artifact color blocks. AF stands for artifacts. We're going to see that a lot. This is the town of Domina. Well, no, this is our home. The color blocks that she just gave us, and I think they're all genderless. The color blocks she just gave us are the town Domina. That's what she was talking about. She said this is the town Domina. And Domina, if I remember correctly, is going to, and here we press square, we get our wheel of artifacts. But right now we just have the color blocks we just got. I think we want to put these here. And this is something I'm going to discuss. I guess I'll do it now with what little time I have remaining here. You'll see, I'm going to hit circle for a second. Our home, you see these little, does this capture my mouse? Doesn't look like it's capturing my mouse. Okay. As I mouse over here, you see all those little blue circles under the little animals over there? They're all empty because there's nothing here. If I go over the home, the first one has 1, the third one has 1, and the third to last has 1 as well. These are the, what do you call them? Elementals, I guess? I know there's a term and I'm forgetting it. We can press triangle and see the mana, and we can change it here. So this is the shade mana, I think? Or is this wisp? This is wisp. Oh, this is shade. This is dryad. This is aura, which is what, if you look in the top right corner, the days are named after these 8. So weeks in this setting are 8 days long. We start on Aura for some reason. Salamander, Gnome, you see them animating down there. This is... oh, it's like a water... I want to say like Nereid or Naiad or Nymph or something. And then the purple one, which I also don't remember. I don't remember a whole lot of things, apparently. Thought I remembered... oh, you know what? The second to last one, the blue dancing one I'm on right now is Genie. Actually, they're all dancing right now. Is Genie, Jin. The last one, I think, is Nymph or something. If we look at the color blocks, you'll see that... oops, I'm going the wrong way here. It has 2 Aura and 1 Salamander. So if we place it next to... and we have to place artifacts next to places we already have. I can't... you'll see I can't place it 2 away from the home because then I can't get there. So I have to make paths. When I place it somewhere, it will spread its mana to the places around it, and it will also receive mana from the places next to it. And if we the levels of mana on different places determines what quests are accessible to us or not, and also the distance from our home determines what's in the shops. So we have to place Domina, the color blocks, next to our home to start the game. There's no other way to start this game. So Domina's shop is always the worst as far as what's in it. I'm going to place this here instead of waiting around. So you can see a little animation of it springing to life. I'll check the mana levels just to show you how they changed. I hope you wrote them down. There'll be a quiz later. You'll see that it's at 2 Aura and 1 Salamander. But here, we now have 2 Aura and 1 Salamander because we got 1 Aura, we got the 2 Aura and the 1 Salamander that Domina had. So yeah, that's kind of how that works in a really elementary level. If you max out the mana levels in different places, you're going to get different rewards, and the more you max them out, the better stuff's going to get. You just have a better time if you max things out. There's other stuff it affects that I'll probably address a little later, but for right now, this is where we're at. So we're like 20 minutes in. I'm going to go back into home, and I'm going to just end the video here, and I'll come back next time and we'll do the first quest of the game, which hopefully everything will work great and I won't like die on the first quest or something horribly embarrassing. But thanks for watching. I hope you like what you see. If you do, please show your support. Click the like button. It helps a lot, especially for a newer series like this. And if you want to see more of Legend of Mana, please, by all means, subscribe, and you'll make sure you get it all in your sub box and not miss any of it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.